Hey guys, I'm Ethan Moore from Stockholm Supply. I've been talking to Richard, who has a Flatmaster, who he got some fences for it, but he's having a little bit of difficulties assembling his fences. So basically I'm going to show you guys how to assemble them kind of from start to finish. So first thing, here's what comes in the fence box. These are the main components here. These are little angle brackets, some flat clamps, a couple knobs, and here's my hardware. Oh, and these are the square nuts over here. Let me bring them up front. So this should be what you get in the hardware, along with a couple feather wheels and the associated hardware with that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to grab one of these angle brackets here, and they have some slotted holes right here. So we're going to grab a bolt with a washer on it, and we're going to slide that bolt head through there, and we're going to grab one of these flat nuts, and we're going to make sure we have this little ring that's on a flat nut facing up. So just thread that on there a little bit and do the same thing on this side. Okay. Ring up, thread it on. So now this little bracket is going to slide in the slots of my fence. I'm going to I'll work from the top here so you guys can see, and then I'll flip my fence over. So we're going to slide it in just like that. Same thing right here. We're going to slide it in just like this here. Okay, so now let's slide in that slot, and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, so we got the angle bracket on both sides. Now when you set it up, this bracket is basically going to be flush with the edge of that aluminum extrusion on both sides. Not really inside, it's going to be pretty well flush there. So we're going to flip it over, just like this. We're going to put it back down on the top, straighten these back out, and now you'll notice here you can kind of tilt the fence one way or another here. The reason you can do that, some guys that are making raised panel doors, to avoid any cross-grain scratches in their stile, or the rail I mean, sometimes they'll set that on an angle, then they can pass their doors through on an angle. So that's why you can do that. I normally just set mine up straight like this. So now that we have that here like this, the first thing, you're going to make sure you got the fence pretty straight or even on both sides, and you're going to tighten it up. Now I got a 7/16, just a little screwdriver here. That'll make it easy. And we'll tighten up this side here. Make sure I got that up against my Flatmaster top. My Flatmaster top here. Okay. Same thing on the opposite side. Okay. Right like this. Okay. So now that right there will slide back and forth. So the last thing we got to do is these clamps. So what I like to do is just thread that on just with 1 or 2 threads, just like that. And we will go up underneath. This center bolt will slide in that slot. So up underneath, slide it in the slot, up to the top here. All right, wait, just hold on a second. And right like that. So now that will tighten up just like this. So there's my clamp on one side. So that will lock it in place. And we'll do the exact same thing on the opposite side. The last thing that we're going to do is attach the feather wheel to the fence. So we got these, they're essentially carriage bolts. They're a little bit machined, but they will slide in these slots here, back and forth. So I'm going to put a carriage bolt there, carriage bolt over here. And then this feather wheel will go just like that, and you can angle this back and forth, and that's how you adjust your height. So then with this knob, slides on there, and that feather wheel will lock up. Same thing on the back side, and that will lock up here. Okay. So there we have the fences assembled. So if anyone else has any assembly questions or any questions at all, let me know. You can email me at info@stockroomsupply.com or comment on the video. And thank you guys for watching. If you want to see future videos, please subscribe.